Right, hi everyone, welcome back. As I said at the end of my short video last time, I'm going to put a bit extra in the front of this door, because this is sort of about 3.2 mil. I think this is. It's not too bad out there, but there's quite a big old gap here. The back of the door is near as damn it that. So what we're going to do is build up this front edge with a bit of gas welding rod, and in true Blue Peter style. Here's a bit I've already made up, and this will obviously tack in onto that edge. I won't tack in, it'll be fully seam welded, but obviously we've got to do it slowly because otherwise we're going to get, it's going to warp. So what I need to do now is clean all of this edge off. Obviously I'm doing the whole bit, but to demonstrate I'll just do this top piece for now. Right, yeah, so I'll get this cleaned off and then we'll get that tacked on. Right, so just giving this top piece a bit of a clean up with this. Handy little tool that. It's not too aggressive. So I'm trying to put metal in, not take it out. The next thing is to get this tacked in. I can't remember how thick. I think this is like 2.4 rod, I think. It's about the same thickness as the folded over panel. So yeah, let's get that tacked in. Right, so I've got that tacked in there now. You can see that's closed this gap right up there. Obviously it's tight there. I was just going to do it up so far, but I thought I'll go the whole way around and then I can just bring it back down to the shape that I want. Right, so I'm going to buzz the edge of them off. And then we can go back through. Yeah, then we can go back through and get it fully welded. But once I've finished doing what I'm doing on the outside, I will remove the door and go and do the backs and clean all that up as well. Alright, well, you get the idea of that. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I've got the majority of that tacked in now. What I'm going to do now is flatten it all off to the same shape as the door. The gap's pretty good. It's a lot better there than what it is down there. It's still a touch wide, but it's going to be a lot better. But I'll get that bit cleaned up and then I'll fill in the gaps then. It'll be easier to see the gaps and then give it one final going over. Right, so you filled all them gaps in now. As you can see, gap's bigger there. And it does narrow right down there. So now what I want to do, I want to keep the gap so it's about this sort of size all the way down. Not that size, which you can't see. So what I'm going to do, hopefully this works. So what I want to do is kind of get equal gap all the way around. Obviously I'm going to have to clean up that edge a little bit, but so we grind that down now to that tape, then we should have a nice equal gap all the way along. I'm more worried about it. I don't want it too wide, but I'm more worried about it looking nice and equal rather than necessarily the correct gap size. But at the same time, I don't want a gap like that. And I can't move the wing back no more. So this appears to be the only option. Right, so let's give that a bit of a grind and see how we go. Shall I leave this running? Yeah, why not? There we go. So I'm not going to really be able to do this so easy at the bottom because I'm going to have to take the door off to do it because I won't be able to get the grinder in there. Right, well, not actually up to the tape mark yet, but hopefully we're getting somewhere close. Yeah, it definitely does need that bit taken out there. It's definitely better. Got a nice gap there. It goes a bit tight. Yeah, so I will continue. Hopefully you can still see. No, you can't. Oh, there we go. Give it another go. How are we doing now? A little bit there. Maybe a touch more out the top. I reckon that'll do. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. I'll take that off now. And then we'll use the other one because it's not as thin. Just bevel the edge of it so it looks more like how it should. I still need to do that bit there. I'll break that piece out by accident, so well, I can sort that when I sort the bottom. This thing can be a right pain sometimes. Right, that has got that, I think. Right, hopefully you can see. Now I'm going to shut the door. Is it I mean, it might not be quite perfect, but I think it's pretty good when you like look at what it looked like before I started. So I'll continue that down and do the rest of that door now. But I'm not going to film all that. If I get it done today, then I might tag it on what it looks like at the end of this video. But if not, then this is going to be it. Right, so I've just done the bottom piece now. Once again, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but the gap is 100 times better than what it was before. I've still got a couple of little bits just to blob a couple of bits of welding just to finish it off. Oh, I messed a bit out there as well. But yeah, on the whole, the gap is a hell of a lot better. So all I need to do now is everything else. Right, so this video really will end in a minute. I've just been over that again and just filled in some of the little pinprick holes in it and put a little bit extra in here as well and tidied that up because I wasn't quite happy with the gap there. Right, but now I want to remove the door so that I can clean it all up behind, whether that involves just grinding it down or a bit of welding and a bit of grinding. But what I've decided to do, because the door is in the perfect place now, is on these hinges you've got a thin skin, and obviously you've got the hinge which goes through into there, and then you've got obviously where it bolts into, and then another thin piece. So what I've done is drilled through the thin, then through the thick, and then through the thin behind to make myself some pins, so when I come to put the door back on, it goes back on in exactly the same place. As you can see, I've made it so that it's between, it's on the one that's raised up there, and when I do this bottom one in a minute, it'll be there and there. I'm not going to film it, it's a bit awkward anyway, and the bottom one being more awkward because it's a bit lower down. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill them holes so that I can pin it off. I'll make 4 little pins like that. Doesn't really matter what size, as long as they're a nice snug fit. And then we're going to be somewhere near where we need to be when the door goes back on again. Well, that's the theory anyway. Bit like on the bonnet. The bonnets are the same. I think they were done in the factory, but I'm not certain on that. Right, anyway, this is definitely it now, and video over. So, thanks for watching. See you all next time.